The WNBA is once again dominating headlines, and this time, the conversation isn't just about what happened during a game, it's about what was said afterward. A recent public comment from Caitlin Clark has sparked widespread discussion among fans, analysts, and media members. Within hours, clips and reactions spread across social media, with supporters and critics offering very different interpretations of her remarks. Some believe her comments reflect the challenges of playing under an unprecedented spotlight. Others see them as part of a much larger conversation about the future of the league, player expectations, and the rapid growth of women's basketball. Whatever your perspective, one thing is clear. When Caitlin Clark speaks, people pay attention. As one of the most recognizable faces in the WNBA, nearly every interview, press conference, and post-game comment becomes national news. That's simply the reality of the league's new era, where millions of fans are following every development more closely than ever before. But what exactly did Clark say? How have fans, analysts, and league observers responded? And what does this discussion tell us about where the WNBA is headed? In today's video, we'll separate verified facts from online speculation, look at the broader context behind the reactions, and examine why this conversation has become one of the biggest talking points in women's basketball. We'll also discuss how the league's growing popularity has increased attention on players, coaches, and league leadership, and why every major statement now generates headlines across the sports world. There's no question that the WNBA is experiencing historic growth. Attendance is rising, television audiences continue to expand, and fan engagement has reached new heights. With that success comes greater scrutiny, greater expectations, and more public debate. So, is this simply another viral sports story, or does it reflect a broader conversation about the future of the league? The WNBA has reached a point where every word from one of its biggest stars instantly becomes headline news. Whether it's something said during a post-game press conference, a television interview, or a simple response to a reporter's question, the reaction is almost immediate. Within minutes, clips begin circulating across social media, sports networks start discussing the comments, and fans begin debating what those words really mean. That's exactly what happened once again following Caitlin Clark's latest public remarks. Almost overnight, basketball fans across the country began sharing short clips and discussing what they believed Clark was trying to communicate. Some felt her comments reflected the challenges of adapting to life as a professional athlete under an intense spotlight. Others viewed them as a broader reflection on the league's rapid growth and the expectations placed on every player. Regardless of how people interpreted her remarks, one thing became obvious. The conversation quickly expanded far beyond a single interview. That isn't surprising. Since entering the WNBA, Clark has become one of the most closely watched athletes in professional sports. Every game she plays draws enormous attention. Every record she approaches becomes a headline. Every interview is examined by fans, analysts, and journalists looking for insight into how she views both her own team and the league as a whole. This level of attention is unprecedented for many current players. The Indiana Fever have become one of the league's biggest attractions, with arenas frequently packed and television audiences reaching record numbers. Fans who had never watched a WNBA game before are now following the league on a regular basis. That growth is exciting, but it also creates new challenges. Every statement now carries additional weight. A brief answer during a press conference can become the focus of national debate. A comment intended to answer one question can quickly be interpreted in multiple ways online. Before long, speculation begins to spread, often moving much faster than confirmed information. That's why context matters. When athletes speak publicly, they're often responding to a specific question in a specific moment. Short clips shared online don't always capture the full conversation, and it's easy for different audiences to reach different conclusions. Sports history is full of examples where comments generated far more discussion than the athletes themselves expected. The WNBA is no different. As the league's popularity continues to grow, media attention has grown with it. National television networks now devote more coverage to women's basketball than ever before. Podcasts analyze every major storyline. Social media users debate everything from coaching decisions to officiating to player performances. The result is that the WNBA has become part of the daily sports conversation. For league leadership, that's a positive sign. Growing audiences mean greater visibility for teams, increased sponsorship opportunities, and more investment in women's basketball. At the same time, greater visibility also means every controversial moment receives more scrutiny. That includes comments made after games. Fans naturally want to understand what players are thinking. Reporters ask difficult questions. Players answer as honestly as they can. Sometimes those answers spark discussions that last for days. That's simply part of being one of the biggest stars in sports. Clark herself has consistently emphasized staying focused on basketball, improving each game, and helping her team compete. While outside conversations continue, players still have to prepare for practices, review film, and get ready for the next opponent. Meanwhile, fans continue analyzing every development. Some believe the increased attention is exactly what the WNBA has needed for years. Others argue that the constant debate can overshadow the incredible basketball being played on the court. Both perspectives highlight just how much the league has changed. A few years ago, many of these conversations would have remained within the basketball community. Today, they become national stories almost instantly. And that's why every interview, every press conference, and every public comment now feels more significant than ever before. As the discussion continued, it became clear that this wasn't just about one interview or one player. It reflected something much bigger. The WNBA has entered a new era where every major moment is analyzed in real time. The league has experienced tremendous growth over the past few seasons. Attendance has increased, television ratings have reached new highs, and social media engagement has exploded. Every nationally televised game now attracts millions of viewers, many of whom are following the WNBA more closely than ever before. That level of attention changes everything. Players know every performance will be analyzed. Coaches know every decision will be questioned. Officials understand every call will be replayed from multiple angles. League leaders recognize that every public statement can become a national headline. This isn't necessarily a challenge. It's also a sign of success. Growing leagues naturally receive more attention, and with that attention comes greater expectations from fans, media, and sponsors alike. One of the biggest changes has been the speed at which conversations develop. A post-game interview can be clipped and shared online within minutes. Fans immediately begin discussing what was said, while analysts offer their own interpretations. Before long, the discussion grows beyond the original comments, with people debating everything from league policies to the future direction of professional women's basketball. That's why context matters so much. Short clips often don't tell the complete story. Watching a full interview or reading complete transcripts can provide a much clearer understanding of what a player intended to say. In today's digital world, however, brief highlights frequently spread much faster than the full conversation. This isn't unique to the WNBA. Athletes across every major sport experience the same phenomenon. A single sentence can dominate headlines, while the broader context receives far less attention. At the same time, it's impossible to ignore how much excitement currently surrounds the league. New fans continue discovering women's basketball. Young athletes have more professional role models than ever before. Teams are playing in front of larger crowds. National broadcasts are becoming increasingly common. All of these developments point toward a bright future. For players, however, the focus remains remarkably consistent. No matter what is being discussed online, they still have to prepare for the next game. Film sessions, practices, travel, recovery, and team meetings continue as scheduled. While social media debates may dominate headlines, success on the court still comes down to preparation, teamwork, and execution. That's one reason many coaches encourage their players to avoid becoming distracted by outside noise. Public opinion changes quickly. Headlines come and go, but the work required to compete at the highest level remains the same. As the season progresses, fans can expect more memorable performances, more exciting games, and undoubtedly more discussions about the league's future. Those conversations are a reflection of just how much interest the WNBA now generates. The key is separating confirmed facts from speculation and recognizing that healthy debate is part of every growing professional sport. As the conversation continued, it became increasingly clear that the biggest story wasn't a single interview or a single headline. The real story is how much the WNBA has changed and how quickly that transformation is happening. Only a few years ago, few could have predicted the level of attention the league enjoys today. Now, nearly every nationally televised game generates widespread discussion. Sports networks devote more airtime to women's basketball, major brands continue investing in the league, and millions of fans eagerly follow every matchup. That kind of momentum doesn't happen by accident. It is the result of years of dedication from players, coaches, organizations, and fans who have helped build the WNBA into one of the fastest-growing professional sports leagues. At the same time, increased popularity brings increased expectations. Fans want exciting competition. They want consistency from officiating. They want transparency from league leadership. And they want to see the game continue growing at the remarkable pace it has established. Those expectations create pressure, not just for players, but for everyone involved with the league. Every coaching decision is analyzed. Every roster move becomes a topic of debate. Every league announcement receives national attention. Every post-game interview is discussed across social media within minutes. That's simply the reality of professional sports in today's digital world. For players like Caitlin Clark and many other stars across the WNBA, learning to manage that spotlight is now part of the job. No matter what is trending online, they still have to prepare for the next opponent, study film, attend practices, and perform at the highest level every night. That isn't easy. The physical demands of a long professional season are challenging enough without the added pressure of constant public attention. Yet the league's athletes continue to compete at an incredibly high level. Meanwhile, league leadership faces its own challenge. As interest continues to grow, so does the responsibility to maintain a positive experience for players, teams, partners, and fans. Every decision is examined more closely than ever before, making clear communication and consistency increasingly important. One encouraging sign is that more people are talking about the WNBA than ever before. Young basketball players are finding new role models. Families are attending games together. Communities are embracing their local teams. Media coverage continues expanding across television, digital platforms, and podcasts. These developments suggest that women's basketball has reached a pivotal moment. The next few seasons could shape the league for years to come. Expansion, increased investment, stronger fan engagement, and continued player development all represent exciting opportunities for the future. Of course, there will always be disagreements. Sports thrive on debate. Fans won't always agree with officiating decisions, coaching strategies, or league policies. That's completely normal. The important thing is ensuring those discussions are grounded in verified facts rather than speculation. Thoughtful conversations help grow the sport, while misinformation can distract from the incredible talent on the court. As the season moves forward, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The WNBA has established itself as a major force in professional sports. The league's popularity continues to rise. Its stars continue to inspire new generations of athletes. And fans continue to show up in record numbers. Whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead, the future of the WNBA has never looked brighter. And with so many important games still to be played, this story is only just beginning. As the season moves forward, the focus will gradually shift away from headlines and back to what matters most, the basketball. Every team in the WNBA has something to play for. Some are fighting for playoff positioning. Others are working to build chemistry, and several young players are continuing to develop their games with every passing week. The competition has never been stronger, and that's one of the biggest reasons the league continues attracting new fans. For the Indiana Fever, every game presents another opportunity to improve. Like any young team, consistency is something that develops over time. The coaching staff continues evaluating lineups, refining strategies, and helping players grow with each matchup. Caitlin Clark remains one of the biggest attractions in professional basketball, but even she has emphasized throughout the season that basketball is a team sport. Wins come from strong defense, smart decision-making, and contributions from everyone on the floor. That's why the Fever's progress will ultimately be measured by how the team develops together rather than by any single headline. Meanwhile, the rest of the league continues to showcase incredible talent. Veteran stars are proving why they've remained among the best players in the world, while younger players are bringing fresh energy and excitement to every game. The balance between experienced leadership and emerging talent has created one of the most competitive seasons in recent memory. Another reason for optimism is the growing connection between the league and its fans. Every week, arenas are filled with families, longtime supporters, and first-time spectators experiencing WNBA basketball in person. Television audiences continue to follow marquee matchups, and social media allows fans to engage with players and teams in ways that weren't possible just a few years ago. That kind of engagement is helping build a stronger foundation for the future. Of course, with increased attention will always come increased debate. Fans will continue discussing coaching decisions. Analysts will continue breaking down key plays. Commentators will continue offering different perspectives on the league's biggest stories. Healthy debate has always been part of sports, and the WNBA is no exception. The important thing is remembering that every headline tells only part of the story. The full picture comes from watching the games, listening to complete interviews, and relying on verified information rather than rumors circulating online. As the season enters its most important stretch, every game will carry greater significance. Every victory could impact playoff races. Every standout performance could strengthen a player's legacy. Every exciting finish could bring even more fans to the sport. That's what makes this such an exciting time to follow the WNBA. The league is growing, the talent level continues to rise, and interest has never been greater. While conversations off the court will always generate attention, it's the action on the court that will ultimately define this season. With so much basketball still to be played, fans can expect plenty of unforgettable moments, thrilling finishes, and new storylines in the weeks ahead. Your support means everything to this channel, and we're grateful to have such an amazing community of basketball fans who enjoy thoughtful discussions about the WNBA. If you found today's video informative, don't forget to hit the like button. It only takes a second, but it really helps the channel reach more viewers who are passionate about women's basketball. Every like, comment, and share tells YouTube that you enjoy this content and helps us continue bringing you more in-depth coverage. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because we're committed to covering the biggest stories across the WNBA all season long. From game analysis and player performances to league news, coaching updates, and playoff races, we'll keep you informed with balanced, fact-based coverage. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're among the first to know whenever we upload a new video. The WNBA season moves quickly, and there's always another exciting game, major storyline, or important development just around the corner. Now we want to hear from you. What's your take on today's topic? Do you think the league is heading in the right direction? What has impressed you the most this season? Which team do you think has the best chance to make a deep playoff run? And which players have stood out to you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read as many comments as possible, and we love seeing respectful discussions between fans from across the basketball community. Whether you support the Indiana Fever, Las Vegas Aces, New York Liberty, Minnesota Lynx, or any other WNBA team, your perspective is welcome here. If you have ideas for future videos, let us know. Your suggestions help shape the content we create, and there's a good chance your recommendation could become our next video. Finally, if you know someone who loves basketball, be sure to share this video with them. The more fans who join the conversation, the stronger this community becomes, and together we can continue celebrating the incredible growth of the WNBA. Thank you once again for your support, your comments, and your continued encouragement. We truly appreciate every view, every subscription, and every conversation we have with this amazing community. Until next time, enjoy the games, stay informed, keep supporting women's basketball, and we'll see you in the next video with more WNBA news, analysis, and updates. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.